So I made a video yesterday where I was saying how I can't hate men because I had a really good father. And I got a response that I found to be very interesting. She said, "Good for you. Thank your mother also because your mother chose a good man. That also means your mother is not a crappy person, but let's sympathize and empathize with people who aren't fortunate enough to have what you have." And see, this be my problem. Because if I was to do a video about how much I love women, appreciate my womanhood because I had a great mother, there would not be a single woman in the history of womandom who would comment on my video and say, "What about your father? You should thank your father. You didn't get here without your father. Your mother couldn't have had you if it wasn't for your father. Your father had to choose a good woman. Why aren't you thanking your father? Let's empathize for the people who didn't have a good father." You would never say that. You would quite literally never, ever, ever say that. You would never come to defense of your father. Why is that? Why is that? And that's the problem with so many of you projecting in our comments. I should be able to make a video about men and fathers and how impactful a good father is to a woman, how impactful good fathers are to us without one of you. Well, what about your mom? What about her? This video isn't about her. I love my mom. I have two of them. I have great moms. But this isn't about her. Why do you have to, anytime a man is getting any type of respect, anytime fathers are getting any type of shout out for being so amazing and valuable in our lives, y'all have to come with that. Don't do that.
I'm really concerned about this generation of women who are married or in a relationship telling other women not to get married, telling other women to hate men, telling other women that they hate men but they love the men that they're with. You have to be one evil woman to talk like that. Because why are you encouraging the hatred of men to heterosexual women who are attracted to men while you are taken? I am starting to think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I pay attention to patterns, okay? I'm starting to think that women who are DL are sabotaging heterosexual women. There's something weird going on because I'm not attracted to you women. I don't want to please you women. I don't want to please the girls cult. I don't want to please y'all, okay? Are you gonna give me a baby? First of all, am I even sexually attracted to y'all? No. So why am I gonna go above and beyond to sabotage my love life for y'all? What makes you think that every heterosexual woman has to worship y'all? Stop this possessiveness. It's insane. And then you call us pick-me's. You call us women that center men, however you want to call it. But y'all are sabotaging us while you are in a relationship. Make it make sense. Ladies, stop listening to miserable women. Stop learning from women who hate men. It's not normal for men and women to hate each other. It's not normal.
That's because they're gay. They're down low, gay, coochie bumping, wet ragging, vaginal sweeping, squirting on each other as women on the low. And in most cases, it's not even on the low. It's just a little bit to the side. What I mean by when they put a little bit to the side, they do little gay shit right there, right in your face. They do it around you. But since they're women, it seems, oh, that's just women being women. And in that case, that would mean women would technically be naturally gay if women could do all this sexual gesturing towards each other. Now, I'm not the type of dude to sit here and be like, just because women giving out hugs and doing like regular touching, like grabbing somebody's hand, like I said, a regular smuggler hug, a small compliment here or there about maybe some gains or a process. That's cool. I think that is the proper amount of interaction that same sex needs to have. That's where the shit should be stopping. Anytime you get to putting your hand on ass cheeks, man or woman, you get to doing shit with vaginal kissing, licking. Once you get to the point where you're doing an X amount of things past friendship type shit, the same shit you wouldn't do with your homeboy or what you shouldn't be doing with your homegirl, yeah, all that kind of shit is just like That's where it be gay at. But just off to the point, based off what these women are speaking about, I'm realizing that it's a lot more women coming out saying the shit I've been saying for motherfucking eons. These women be down low. That's why they think every dude is gay. Anytime a dude say something, stand up for himself, talk back, quote unquote, he's sassy. He might be down low. No, because that's what the fuck you is. You see, they never thought that the eyes would be open. Y'all know we out of the matrix over here. So there's no such thing as just, not looking at it from both angles. Whenever you see some shit from a one-sided, one lens thing, you are fucking stuck in the matrix. It's that simple. There is no such thing as, oh, it's just this way and it's just the way the fuck it is. No, it's not. Not without some explanation, at least. There are things that nature has determined what's what and how shit will be ran and how it will go. And then for some people, that's religion and that's God. That's just what that is for some people. So, long story short, it's the fact they saying this. I see it's an uptick in women actually pointing this shit out now. But there's a thing that's like, it's the loud minority over the quiet majority. So once again, it's not like they didn't always know this. It's not like everybody didn't always know this. Men overlook majority of gay shit women do. That's why it's not on a big magnified scale. When men do gay shit, both sexes look at men and be like, what the fuck is going on? And that's how that shit go. Now, dropping this video in June is wild as fuck, but it's funny because it's the real shit. That's how it is. That's how it should be. I'm not saying you should try to go change gay people and do all this. See, that's a whole nother little topic. I wouldn't get that. I just say, leave them the fuck alone. Let them be in their own world and you keep it pushing. It be the problem for me is where you got these so-called heterosexual women like to call heterosexual men gay and for sticking up for themselves or pointing this shit out. If a dude don't want his girl around gay women or don't want, this, that, and the third, and it should be noted, but it shouldn't be forced. So I'm not talking in circles. If I'm in a relationship with a girl and I don't want her around gay women, I'm just going to voice that. She still want to be around that shit. That's on her. Simple as that. You only got the option, either stay or leave. Because guess what? Women have higher standards than men when it comes to that. Which that's why I'm all in agreement with that whole sentiment with women when they be like, oh no, dude do some gay shit, I'm gone. I'm breaking up with him. I ain't fucking with him. Dudes be like, oh, my girl like girls. My girl slept with a girl, and be right up in their face because in their little pea brain, they really honestly think that her liking other women is going to somehow magically give him the right to fuck other women or do threesomes or do this polyamorous shit, this poly relationship type shit that's going on. That's what the low IQ ass dudes be thinking. That's usually the main reason, because dudes see gay women and they just think multiple women. Not even the fucking case. Because if they was thinking right, you would understand that these women don't have craving for dick, bro. They don't want you. They don't want your hard body, hairy face ass, bro. They don't. They want something nice, soft, feminine rubbing up against them. Now, do they care if you watch? No, especially if you're gonna pay them. Especially if they getting something up out of you. They might be getting whatever, a nice little ride, rent paid. Yeah, they gonna let you watch all day, but is they gonna really wanna be with you and try to take you serious? And for the most dudes, it's gonna be like, why I ain't want to take them serious? They not gonna let you smash either. They not. And for the dudes be like, well, I can change them and da-da-da. All the quote-unquote bisexual women, because once you do gay shit, you just gay to me. But all the quote-unquote dudes, I'm like, with the bisexual women, when you sleeping with, well, guess what? They just confused and they back and forth. And at the end of the day, they just gay that like dick on the side. The same way how it is for dudes. Dudes that sleep with dudes, there ain't no such thing as bisexual men. They're just gay men. And they're down low men, and that's why they call it down low. They still be sleeping with women, but those are the gay dudes that like women on the side a little bit. And I get it. Just to have a name for that, then it's called bisexual. But understand, that's usually a term used on one side, which I don't believe in one side of anything. If it's gonna be for one, it gotta be for both. That's how I see it, regardless. That go for slut shaming, all that. If it's gonna be for one, it gotta be for both. All that, well, men made different, women made different. Yeah, we made different, but the effects are still the same. When men talk about you can sleep with 30,000 women, but women can't sleep with 30,000 men because of the value goes down, what makes you think having a dick ain't kept you sleeping with 30,000 women? You ain't catching shit. You still doing a lot of bodily fluid ass shit. That's why I'm not getting. I understand the act itself of the dominant thing is going on. That's why I think most men get stuck at and they stop at. But what you fail to realize is all this meat dropping in different vaginal holes and different fluids, that shit going up in you too. You got a pee hole, bro, because 90% of y'all motherfucking niggas ain't out here using no condoms. That's why Houston had that motherfucking big ass STD shit that was going on down there. Y'all just raw dog clapping everything. Now, I'm not saying, once again, I'm not against motherfuckers want to do what they want to do. But all I'm saying, just so my point is clear, so ain't nobody twisting up my words or misunderstanding what I'm trying to say, make sure it's on both motherfucking sides. That's it. Both sides got to face the music of the same shit. So, with that being said, yeah, I commend these women. I think that what they said is 1,000% true. I've been saying it for eons. Maybe a couple other dudes been saying it for eons, because it was always I was always confused when women would be mad for dudes sticking up for themselves or saying something back, or what they call arguing with a woman. Even you got some dudes that buy into this shit too. Don't argue with no woman because that's a woman. How is it arguing if you just speaking your input back? If they give some input on shit and you like, I ain't about to let that slide, I'm about to say something back. Oh, now you're sassy because as a man you're supposed to shut up and take it. I thought men do what men want to do. That what these quote unquote fake ass masculine men tell you. No, man do what he want to do, but then in the same breath it tell you no, but you don't argue with no woman. You do what the fuck you want to do. It's simple as that. Just make sure that shit cut on both sides of the cloth. Make sure you understand there's gonna be consequences for shit. You gonna get something back. That's all I'm trying to say about it. So with that being said, man, you already know what it is. If y'all enjoy the content, you already know what to do. Red Drake, Mike Thotty, man. Red eyes, always be aware.